Action.
Hey YouTube, it's Pavlov and Tripod.
Hey guys.
And a Chris Reeve knife review? What? Yeah, so, I've been excited about this, and I got some things to share about this knife here that I really like, and maybe a question or two about it. So, what do I want to start with? Well, when you open it, the lock bar on this Umnumzaan, I can't even say it, but the lock bar is really strong. I mean, let me see if you can hear that, but this makes a beautiful sound when you open it. It just clicks right over. And this one, it's kind of a different Chris Reeve integral frame lock. It's got a ceramic ball on top that actually hits the blade tang right here. Is a ceramic ball instead of the titanium on the blade tang. So that's kind of weird. But this, the lock bar, it's really strong. In fact, I had a lot of trouble closing it when I first got it.
So did I.
Yeah, because you put your fingers on the lock bar, and I know you're not supposed to, but I found if I put my fingers down here on the clip, I was doing it without thinking, but you don't put your fingers on the lock bar. That's step one. Don't squeeze the lock bar when you're trying to close it. But the lock bar, it is very strong. It's a strong spring, so that's cool. That's definitely a quality item, and it makes a wonderful solid click when it opens, which is amazing. It's kind of like a German car. When the door closes, it goes thunk. It's like a vault closing or something. But also, it makes a wonderful sound when you close it. You'll see there's another ceramic ball. I think it's a ceramic ball. This hole right here in the blade, that's the detent. Another ball goes down into that hole when you close it. So it makes this awesome sound. Oh, I kind of muffled it, but it makes a wonderful sound when you close it too. Like a chunk. Not like a tinny, like an aluminum can kind of. When you close a cheap car door, it goes ting. But more of a, you know what I mean. It's like a thunk or whatever. So that's very cool. I did know from watching videos that this thumb stud, you gotta kind of push this way, which is unusual. So I didn't have a problem opening it. But there's one thing, I can't finger flick it out right here. I've been trying, and I don't want to try too hard and pop one of these rings off of here, because these are the blade stops, the thumb studs on the Umnumzaan. They're the blade stops. See, there's nothing else back here, which is another cool thing about this. It's so simple. There's not any unnecessary pieces. There's just these two solid plates of titanium. In this finish, you don't think just by sandblasting titanium that you would get, some grip, but you do. It's actually pretty damn grippy because of the
grippy. That's not even a word.
Yes, it is. We use it all the time in the knife community.
Grippy, more
grippy.
Yeah.
The texture is grippy, or this tire has grip.
It's the texture has more grip.
Oh, okay. Well, the texture, the blasted titanium has grip.
Grippier. It's not gripper, or whatever you said, grippy.
And then these
riper, maybe.
These grooves here, they should do these on the Sabenzas too. I don't have one of those, but I'm just saying.
So then how do you know they should do them on the Sabenzas?
Because that's a lot of grip right there, and it looks cool. The handle on here fits very well. There's see the lock bar, this is kind of pushed out, so you can push it over easier. But there's this little dent right here for your finger. and it's pretty balanced right there. It's not a super light knife, but it's not heavy. It just feels solid. But there's a little indent for your finger. And then the rest of your fingers curl around here. There is some shape to the handle, is what I'm saying. And this kind of dips down this way and catches your pinky. And, okay, this tipped everyone off that it was Neptune. See, there's an extra standoff. One thing we could not fucking figure out when we first got it, we were looking at, I knew they came with a lanyard, right? This is the lanyard. And I was trying to figure out, I'm like, where the fuck does the pin go? Does it go in between here? I couldn't figure it out. But with the Chris Reeve knife, he does want you to take them apart. He's got instructions on how to take them apart. Every step. They're actually pretty detailed. It's very nice. Tools for the special pivot. You know, you need both sides, so there's two. They don't just stick you with one and make you buy another, so that's cool. And then this tool, I believe, came with it, taped to the box, so that's cool. But anyway, on here we had to look where the damn lanyard pin went. So it goes right here on the end, right there, where this extra standoff is. So that's cool. This pivot is huge. I mean, here's Dave. He had extra ones. These are brand new ones. They're taped so they don't get scratched. He included those in there. See how big that pivot pin is? That's crazy. These screw together. I haven't taken this apart. I probably won't. I usually end up over tightening shit and stripping it, so.
He won't take it apart. Not probably. He won't.
Probably, yeah, well. These are good quality screws, though, so they shouldn't strip. They shouldn't strip.
Promise right now.
Promise you what?
You won't take it apart.
Well, I'll get to that in 1 second. There's one thing I want to do.
No.
Okay, well, I'll get back to it 1 second. It'll make sense. Okay, so I have brand new pivots. That was included, that Dave included. And then brand new rings for the thumb studs. And an extra screw. And of course, the official Chris Reeve bag, which I never thought I would even have one of these bags. So that's special too. Look at this, I got a Chris Reeve bag.
Promise you're not going to take it apart.
Okay, let me get to it. Okay, the only reason, the one thing everyone talks about.
If you take it apart, you have to sell it.
Everyone talks about Chris Reeve smoothness, right? I'm not sure if it's a lot to do with the fluorinated grease, because I want to get some and put it in the pivot. And he has instructions in here on where and how to do it. And that's one thing I want to do. It is smooth, but I'm not sure if it's Chris Reeve smooth. I don't know.
You're still not taking it apart.
Well, how am I going to get the Chris Reeve grease in there?
Send it to Chris Reeve.
Send it to Chris Reeve to put grease in there? Mm-hmm. I could do that, I guess.
If you take it apart, you have to sell it.
Why?
Because you'll just end up breaking it. Anyway. Because if I threaten to make you sell it, you won't take it apart.
Well, true, I won't take it apart. I've just been running a hanky through it to clean out all the sand. We have a lot of blowing sand and dust, which kind of sucks. Okay, so I got it. Oh, one question I did have. So this is the Tonto version, and I'm not sure how the tip was sharpened originally. I used sandpaper to sharpen it. See, I did a good job. It has like a V-edge kind of on the bottom part, but I'm not sure if they come convex like the Tonto lums. Like if the tip is convexed, like on a Tonto lum. I don't know. So if somebody could tell me, let me know. But I got this sharpened myself. As you can see, it's not really beat up. Dave said he had some beat up knives, and I mean, look at this thing. It's hardly even touched. I think it's beautiful. And he's always told me and given me info on how to get it. You know, I know you can get it refurbished. Lots of places can do that. You can even send it to Chris Reeve for a couple bucks. But if I made it look brand new, I probably wouldn't use it. So I like it just the way it is. And I know that, you know, Dave used it, and this is how he gave it to me, so this is how I want it. So that's just a little thing on that. Yeah, but I'll show you. I sharpened it myself here. Let's see here. I'm actually doing much better lately.
Look, guys, he's not humiliating the family.
Nope. Even the tip. Down to the tip. The tip is convex, but anyway. So, if you can get a little close to the edge here. I did a good job. I set the V with sandpaper on some wood, like a cutting board, and then I refined it on the sharp maker, so it looks good. It's even, and then the tip is convex and it's very sharp and very shiny, but I'm not sure how it originally came. Oh, and these light scratches, right? That was my fault. I did that. And I did have another question on this polished blade. I'm not sure how many Umnumzaans were polished or how many Tondos there were, but I'm just curious. And then I don't know why I wonder about this, but it says gray fancy lanyard in silver spacer bead. I don't know if it's actual silver. I'm not sure if it's that fancy. I don't know why I wonder about that, but I do. If anybody knows any of that info, let me know. I'm just curious. So, let me see if I hit all the points here. The lanyard, the grease, okay. I do like this blade shape a lot. I like the size of the knife. It's nice. It's a good size. You got this little indent right here. You can put your thumb up there. You can put it on the jimping, which is nice and functional. It's nice and sharp on the Umnumzaan. I said it good right there, didn't I, babe? I'm practicing my Umnumzaan. Yeah, that's an Umnumzaan in my pocket.
Crackhead.
I'm practicing saying it. Kind of like to hold it sideways with my thumb on the pivot like that sometimes, but I've always liked mirror polished blades, and I like this polished blade a lot. I think it's so beautiful. But the overall feel when I first opened it up and held it, feels like it'll last. It feels like it'll last a lifetime. Like one of the cards said, "This knife will be your most trustworthy companion." Blah blah blah. Look after it.
Screw Chris Reeve. I'm your most trustworthy companion.
I know you are. I know you are, babe. But it just feels so damn solid. That damn knife can't hold this fucking camera. No, I can't, babe. This titanium is nice and thick. I mean, this sucker feels solid. And then, of course, when you're holding it pretty tight, it shouldn't disengage anyway. So, oh, and I like the curve. The Tonto, the way this curves, there is belly on the blade. It's not just straight right here. I like that. And I like this part where it hooks out right here.
There's belly on you, too.
Shh. I'm working on it. I'm going outside. And one of the best things
14 minutes.
Is this clip right here. Well, it's worth it. This is a Chris Reeve knife. It can be 15. But the second dip on this clip right here, yeah, I need new pants. But the second dip right here, the first one goes by, and then this one just grabs the seam of your pocket. That's a great idea. I really like that. You can barely see that knife there in my pocket. This gray titanium is beautiful. So, well, that's just my thoughts on the Umnumzaan. I'm sure I'm going to be showing it a lot. It's very nice.
I should do a husband review.
A husband review.
Yeah. Review my husband.
Oh, and then hopefully I'll get to test this out. My wife's uncle does a lot of car repairs. He knows a lot of guys, so I'll probably have access to auto glass, so I might get to try that out. This glass breaker thing. So look forward to that.
Neptune, thanks again. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Neptune. I'll talk to you guys later. Get you later, guys. Shit.